Hey, what's up, guys? Today, I'm going to give you guys a street teaming guide because I climbed up to 192 LP with Brand Samira. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So there's two comps. It's Rio Rengar Jinx or Brand Samira, but in this guide, we're just going to focus on Brand Samira. So, when can you play this? You can pretty much one-trick this comp. You play it whenever. AD opener, AP opener, it doesn't matter because you put 80 items on Samira and you put AP items on Brand. So, all you need really is a good econ augment, so you can hit before the people contesting you. All right, these are your common openers. Of course, you just play your best board in the early game. But if you're wondering what units to hold, these are pretty common openers. So on the left side, we got like Bruiser Techie, the standard with Street Demon. Um, yeah, on level 6, you can play 5 Street, or you can play 4 Techie or 4 Bruiser if you hit a Mordekaiser. And yeah, the right side is Anima Squad. It's also a really good comp to hold items because you have Vayne for your AD and Seraphine for your AP. And if you play the Street Demon variants, you just have Jinx hold your AD items, and Seraphine or Zyra can hold your AP. It doesn't really matter which. So yeah. And then tank items on whatever 2-star frontliner you have. It doesn't matter that much. Alright. So let me explain this because I organized this in like a specific way. So on the bottom over here, you have all 7 of the Street Demons that you're gonna run in the late game. Jinx, you just run before you hit Samira. So late game, you replace Jinx for Samira. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we on level 8, you pick something from the second row here. So Ziggs, Cho'Gath, Mordekaiser. Ziggs is the most common. But if you hit a 2-star Cho'Gath, you know, just throw him in. Why not? He's pretty decent after the buffs. And then on level 9, you throw in one of these 5 costs. Urgot gives you Executioner with Rengar, as well as Boom Out with Cho'Gath. Diego and Mordekaiser give you 4 Techie, as well as like 2 Bruiser. And Koboko gives you Cyber Boss and Bruiser, not bad. You can also just throw in a random Zac. That's usually a pretty decent option. And yeah, if you have a Street Demon emblem, you drop the Rengar for one of these 5 costs. But like, I don't recommend taking a Street Demon augment, like the Street Demon emblems, off your augment because +1 Street Demon's actually not that great in the stats. So yeah. Also, if it's a high item portal, like you can itemize multiple 2-star 5 costs, then I suggest you drop down to 5 Street Demon and then itemize the other 2-star 5 costs. Because with items, like they're just stronger, right? But without items, the 7 Street Demon is stronger. Purely because like they buff the trait and it's just really broken right now. Alright, item priority, we're gonna prio Shojin. Shojin, you usually leave it on brand until you get like Samira 2, and then you move it to Samira. For 80 items, you're gonna want to prio IE, and then it doesn't matter after, just whatever 80 you get on here. So Giant Slayer, Deathblade, it doesn't matter too much. And then brand just probably adaptive or Shojin. And then AP items, so Jewel Gauntlet, Deathcap, Guardbreaker, whatever you can get. And Ziggs can hold like Red Buff, Shiv, Marlow, because like you usually want these items over Spark and Sunfire because this comp isn't a front to back comp. You want to apply the anti-heal and the shred to the backline because it's an AoE comp. So Brand is like hitting the backline at the same time. So that's why you usually don't want Spark and Sunfire. But if you hit high voltage, then technically your Spark hits the backline. So in that case, it's fine. But yeah, if you have to slam these items, like don't be afraid to slam them to streak. It's just you prefer to have red buff Shiv Marlow instead. Yeah, so what do we do if we're contested? Basically, on your stage 4 roll down, you want to hold down Anima Squad units. And this is because Zaya and Aurora are very good options because they use similar items to Brand and Samira. So Aurora basically gets the Brand items and Zaya gets the Samira items. And I have like a little bullet points of when to pivot. So if you're contested, you don't have gold, you don't have your Brand Eco or Samira, and if you hit like two of the 4 cost or 1 Aurora, and you have the Anima Squad opener. This is like the perfect situation to pivot. Also, you should check if Anima Squad's uncontested. Usually it is, but yeah, if these conditions are met, then it's like the perfect pivot. Otherwise, like the pivot's kind of bad. But like if you don't have the Anima Squad opener, you can still pivot. Your board will just be worse, and you're probably playing for a 6th. So yeah, since Brand is like a very contested comp right now, you definitely want to have like a backup plan if you don't hit. All right, so augments, basically you want econ 2-1, whatever econ augment you can get, because you just want to hit your Brand Nico ASAP uncontested, or like even if you're contested, you hit it before your contesters. And then after that, you just want combat and item augments. Examples include Little Buddies, Piercing Lotus, Spirit Link. Quality over quantity is really good. You play a bit differently. You just have a bunch of utility like Redemption and a lot of Radiant Shivs. And then I suggest Jewel Gauntlet and IE Radiance for Brand and Samira. But yeah, you just kind of slam whatever you can get. That's like a decent Radiant item, and put them on all your shoot demons. Utility items are best. So Shiv, Sunfire, Red Buff, yeah. And lastly, we have some emblems, Radiant items, and artifacts. So before we get into this, I wouldn't suggest taking any of these as augments. Like I would rather take combat augments. But if you do end up with like artifact anvil or something, like on your portal, or you get a drop from Semantic Orb, these are all some options. Monosane and Snipers are like the best. Anima and Nico's pretty good. Collector on Samira, I wouldn't take Collector from all that shimmers, even though you can guarantee it, unless you can like streak with it with like a Jinx and IE. And then these are just some of the +1 emblems. So Strategist is the easiest to fit in. And Street Demon's +1 Street's not that good. But if you can get +2 and go for the 10 Street Demon, then yeah, go for that. So most of the times, if you just get a single spat and you can't go 10 Street, you just make the Strategist emblem. And yeah, it's pretty chill. And lastly, if you guys want free coaching, DM me on Discord or Twitter. It's over here. It's also in the description. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys climb Infinite. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.